Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is haschischtasche and welcome to another episode of Minecraft. I played a little bit of Minecraft the last few weeks, although I didn't upload any episodes. New things in my world are this aqueduct. Takes water from there, as planned, and brings it over to the watermill, which still isn't finished from the inside. Then you see a couple of new buildings here. I started building some farms. We have a pumpkin and melon farm here. And I can show you how it works, because I have this lever to access the wiring. I'm sorry, I needed to cut down my volume here for a bit. We have a butt piston area here, and once a pumpkin or melon grows, melons on that side, pumpkins here, it will uproot them and push them onto the tracks where this minecart with hopper will take it and bring it into this dropper elevator, which will transport it to this chest. Same with the melon farm here. Pretty simple, actually, and it's all hidden. Then we get a nether wart farm in the back of this unfinished building here. This is just a double piston extender. Uproots the nether wart and pushes it into the water track, although sometimes it does not look like it's in the water, but it always is. 100% efficient. And then there's a hopper here which takes them, puts them into a minecart, and the minecart brings them up to this chest here. Next thing to show you is this here. This is what I worked on at the end of the last episode. It's a wheat slash potato slash carrot and cacao bean farm. It's a little bit faster and a little bit smaller than the one last episode. It does not have any auto collection, but I do not really care about that. We have a dispenser here with hose in case we break the farmland. Okay, and then this is my pet project I'm currently working at. This is or will be the Bovine University, as Ralph Wingham calls it. We will have cows like these here in all these pens, and we can grow cows, push a button to sort out the children and get them out here. This is actually something that you couldn't do before, really. I tried doing it, but yeah, it's only since a couple of patches the hitboxes of baby animals are smaller than the ones of bigger animals. So before there wasn't really a convenient way to sort out the children. And this is a good thing and a bad thing. It's good because we can just push out the children here, and you could do it before with a complicated minecart system, but it was really annoying and not really convenient, like this here will be. But the problem is that because children have a smaller hitbox, let me just get some blocks here. When you have a cow in like this space, a baby cow, and it grows, it will bug through the blocks about 70% of the time. Because it's half in the block and then it grows, and yeah, because the hitbox when it grows is bigger, it will suffocate or glitch through the corners here. And this makes this kind of complicated because I only want adult cows out of this, or in this killing chamber, which isn't finished. Yeah, it's sort of finished, but yeah, we only want adult cows in there. We do not want babies, and because we cannot sort them out in like a 1x1 space or something, we have to do something pretty complicated, but I will show you what exactly we did. And the idea here is you grow your cows. Yeah, you feed them wheat and they make a baby, you know. And the baby falls into here because these pistons will push out and it will drop down there. And this might be really hard to show because the wiring is pretty compact. But the explanation here is it drops through a tripwire which is up there, and that hits a 5-minute timer. And then after 5 minutes these trapdoors open for a second, so all the cows fall down. Then the same thing actually here, after 5 minutes fall down, after 5 minutes fall down. And then we have this here, which is where the cows grow. Yeah, I cannot really conveniently show this, I think. It's just a big field, so they do not glitch through blocks. And once a cow falls through this tripwire, it will trigger another 5-minute timer. And by the way, it takes a cow exactly 20 minutes to grow. That's why we have 4 5-minute timers here. And all the cows will be in this big field down there. The trapdoors will be closed, and when they grow, they do not bug through blocks or anything. And once the 5 minutes are over, these trapdoors in the middle will open again. And that will transport the cows to a cow elevator, which I really hope works, but we will try that in a sec. The wiring. We have an RS latch for every tripwire hook here, by the way. Let's go from the top, which might be really hard. Come on, let me climb the ladder game. Okay. It's hard to show because this is pretty compact. It's only 3 blocks high. There's our dropper timer. We have to fill that up, by the way, now, because it isn't filled. Let's just quickly do this. And sadly... Oh, I'm in a glass block. That might be a problem because I have to replace that. Yeah, however, let's fill these. Maybe I can show you from here. There's a torch on the other side of the block, so the dropper drops an item on this pressure plate. We'll turn off the torch. The piston there is a rising edge detector, so when the item despawns after 5 minutes, it will send a pulse to the trapdoors and to the RS latch to reset it, so the next cows can go in. And luckily we can take this signal, bring it to the front, attach it to a lamp, and it will tell us when we can feed our cows the next time, because they have exactly 5-minute cooldown when you feed them. The other levels are just the same. And yeah, this is pretty compact with a slab in front of the dropper to bring the signal over and stuff. It's, yeah, pretty compact. Hard to show, sort of. And at the bottom here, we will just directly take the signal and put it through the trapdoors, because when a cow falls through this, the trapdoors should close, and when the item despawns, they should open again and stay open, basically until the next cow or cows fall in. And we also have a rising edge detector here to reset the RS latch. Yeah, let's just hope for luck and not replace the glass now and try it out. Well, I can replace it when we wait for the cow. Dumpty dumpty dum. I also have no way to access the wiring. Yeah, we have wheat here. Make love, please. Okay, we didn't need to push out the pistons. Let's go down again. And the baby cows fight the current really hard because they want to get back to their parent cows. But it will not take longer than 5 minutes, so it's pretty okay. There it is. Doesn't really matter that it gets a little bit of falling damage. And this might be annoying. But yeah, it will stop at some point. And now we just have to wait. Which we will do off camera. So see you in a sec. Alright, the cow has grown and it is on the trapdoors. It didn't bug through any blocks. And it took a little bit longer because I was missing these two repeaters and realized it very late. And the cow has grown, so we do not actually have to wait for the item to despawn. So we could in theory take it, but I don't want to ender pearl through that at the moment. Also, the trapdoors should open any second now. Any second now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go up and see if the cow arrives at the top. We also have to be really careful not to get this thing creepered. Maybe we should sleep. Am I on peaceful? I do not see any mobs. But I don't think I am. Nope. Creeper check. Okay. And we have glass here so we can see through. And I believe I saw the cow there. What we are testing here is if the cow gets to the top and if it gets to the top without drowning. But it looks like it can catch some air on the turns there, which is good. And there it is. Alright, we will leave this cow intact because we have to fill up the chambers here, or pens. The next thing to do here is to move all of this one block into this side, not the pens, only the killing mechanism here, this thing, and all of this one block to that side, because I want the cows to go right through this room, and if I have blocks here to hold the water, I cannot walk through this. And I want to keep this there because it hides an ugly hopper. And I want to keep this there because that stair allows us to take out the cows and send them to the nether or a ravine or the sky or whatever. Yeah, I think I will do most of the moving off camera just because I'm terrible at talking about these kind of things while doing them. Also, we need, I need to build a mechanism that transports the items from this side to this side and a sorter here. And I want to get that as small as I can, which will most likely take a few tries. Yeah, alright, I'll see you in a minute or two. It will just be a second for you. Alright, all the technical problems are solved and we see students graduating at Bovine University. One problem which is still in here is this water elevator at the top. Because when two cows are in this at the same time, they bump each other, they get stuck on the edge here and drown. Also, you can accidentally bump a cow here. And there are two solutions to this problem. One is do not use iron bars, use full blocks. But actually I do want to use iron bars because you have more space here with iron bars. The other solution is to use iron bars to the very top, so you do not have the edges for cows to get stuck on. And I will most likely try that. Also, I still have to make it look good from the outside, but I will do that in between episodes. So the riving, we have this lever here which pulls up this stair so we can let cows out, fill them in there, or send them to the nether or whatever. We have this button to cook the cows. And the items fall into this dropper. And a minecart at the top here brings them over. The dispenser with the lava, it's just a pulse limiter with 1 tick delay and 3 tick delay. Fires it twice pretty quick. The minecart works, yeah, there's a hopper here and there's a falling edge detector on a comparator out of the hopper, so when the hopper has no items in it anymore, the minecart will start because it has items in it, logically. It will run up here and stop here. By the way, this is something you could not do before 1.5. It just didn't work reliably. Now it does. Because the minecart gets here, puts stuff into this hopper, which turns this torch off and stops the minecart. But before 1.5, often the minecart will just go back, although this track is turned off. And yeah, it was pretty unreliable. It didn't make any sense, by the way. And we use a lot of hoppers here, by the way, but yeah, we kind of need to because we want to sort items. Steak falls into this hopper here, goes to the right chest. Raw beef gets filled into the furnace by going into this hopper, and everything else, which is only leather in this case, will arrive in this chest. Pretty simple wiring. In the end, when we go out, we will push all the cows out automatically, all the baby cows. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. There's a wire here for indication when we can feed. So when this is on, we can feed again. In the end, I will want to have a lamp here. Did I mention that already? I don't know. And yeah, I will build a nice house around it. It will be pretty dense at the end here, because this is not very wide. But the front part will be a little bit broader. More brighter. Yeah, the front part will take more space. That's pretty much about it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, hopefully these will come out a little bit more consistently in the future. Have a good night's sleep.